about something that I have struggled with most of my life, and that is staying consistent and focusing on one thing. And the reason why I bring this up is obviously I'm in my midlife and I've had a lot of wins in life, but I've also had a lot of losses, and I've had, things that I've failed on. And one of those things happens to be staying consistent. And it wasn't until doing content, being a content creator, when I realized how important it is to stay consistent and show up and always try to get better and learn new things. Now, some of the things that plagued me in this past few years in creating content, I think is very common amongst midlifers. You see, when I started creating content, one of my focuses was trying to monetize my channel and looking to it as a business. And I kind of set certain expectations for myself early on, and it was very naive of me to do that. So one of the things I did was I took some courses, and of course, every time you buy a course or you buy a module, you get what is called an affiliate code. And I thought, I'm really going to take off and promote these affiliate products. Well, the results of doing this kind of didn't work out the way I expected. And one of the things that I wanted to share is when you're creating content and you're on a huge platform, you always want to manage your expectations. So I started thinking that there was something wrong either with the system or there was something wrong with me. So what I did was I got shiny object syndrome. Let me know in the comments if you guys suffer from shiny object syndrome. Hi, welcome to my channel. Because that's something that really plagued me. I would buy a course, not finish the course. Oh, thank you. I would buy a course, not finish the course, and start all over again. And then I would get frustrated and then buy another course. And guess what? Not finish that course either. And get frustrated and focus on something else. It was always like bouncing my focuses around. Thank you so much. And I started realizing that I needed to take a step back. Aw, thank you. And I needed to then do this. And this is something I want to share with you. I said, Lisa, just focus on one thing. Focus on one platform. And when you do that, stay consistent. Hi, welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. I know, I'm getting a few things. Thank you, Garden Dawson. Thank you for the hearts, guys. I appreciate it. And so you always want to focus on one thing. When I started, I just focused. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much. Thank you, Justin's. I focused on one thing, and that was one platform, and I focused on doing one content video per day, short form. And I posted those every single day I said I was going to post them every single day for 1 year. And this was another platform, and that's all I did. And I created 15-second videos, and some of them were just text on screen. And I posted those every single day. Just call me Justin. That's okay. I will. Thank you. Have a good Thanksgiving. And I really appreciate all the love, guys. I appreciate it. Shut up. Okay. and I appreciate too, Ren. And anyway, so focusing on that every single day. And I set a manageable goal for myself. I set these 3-month goals. So my first 3 months, I just wanted to learn to be consistent. And my second 3 months, I wanted to start growing an audience. By my third 3 months, I had reached an audience of like 6,000, and I got my first viral video. Not that that matters, okay? My name is Lisa. My name is Lisa Wright. Welcome to my channel. Thank you, Nila Prota. Not to be mean. Okay. Ren, I know you're not going to be mean. Thank you very much. And then I got my first viral, and then my goal for the end of the year was to grow that channel to, no, I am not a teacher. I've just lived, I have a lot of lived experiences. I'm just turned 60 years old. I'm Gen X, and I'm not an educator. I beg that shit. Okay. And I don't know what order 67. Okay. Anyway, so I'm 60 years old, and I have a lot of lived experiences. And in midlife, I was 55, 56 when I started my content creation journey. And there were a lot of things I knew about myself. My name is Lisa Wright, and welcome to my channel. No, I do not have kids. I have dogs. I have 2 little doggies, and I have a cat. No, I never had children. So, hi, baby doll. Welcome. Nicole, appreciate you. And once again, no, I do not have children. So, I just, this is my life. And anyway, so let's keep talking about, if you guys want to, what are the names of my babies? My name is Nice. Hi. She kicked my blah blah out of being too loud during the day. What is your dog's name? I have a dog, and I have 2 dogs, and they're both rescues, and I have them, stories about them in my channel. One dog's named Sage, and the other dog is named Autumn. Lisa, I miss you for a while. It's great to see you. It's great to see you too. I am Guru. And hello to Penguin. And what is the dog's names? I said that their names were Sage and Autumn. Hello, Miss. How are you? I am doing great. Thank you for asking. I hope you are all doing well tonight. And I don't have a daughter. I don't know what the focus is on 67, but okay. Why not 67? I think that has a lot to do with, let me guess, collecting Social Security, right? Waiting until you're 67? Ah, yes. Your daughter stole my lease. Why not 67? If we are talking about collecting Social Security and waiting to 67, Lisa made a personal choice to start collecting at age 62. I am going to be 62 in 2 years. But if you guys want to wait until you're 67, which is full age, please do what will make you happy, all right? Don't make decisions based on what other people say or do. I love and respect from Trinidad and Tobago. Love and respect back to you, my friend. Excuse me, what's the colored painting is about, or more like who's the artist? Oh, okay. This is a great story. The colored painting back here is designed by a gentleman who has since passed. His name was Chris Crescenzo. And he did that painting in prison. He served a 25-year sentence in Old Folsom Prison. I met him when he came out of his 25-year sentence. We were volunteering for a church organization, and he was a volunteer as well. And that's how I met him. And he had this painting. It's a very interesting painting. He called it Confusion, and he used like cans, the bottoms of fruit cans to make some of the shapes, and then he just spackled a bunch of paint on it. There are a lot of artists in prison. They do things like, oh, I'm gonna show you. They do pottery. This is a piece of prison art right here. And that confusion is a piece of prison art. And that basically, another person did that piece of art, that the sculpture, the clay bowl. But that's the art. I appreciate you asking. And when I met my husband, I started volunteering at a house called the Francisco Homes. And the Francisco Homes is where for lifers who lived out their sentence in prison, usually about 25 years or more, they're then released, put back into population. Well, here in the state of California, I don't know where it is in the rest of the country. Do I enjoy my content? Yes, I do. But when prisoners are released who've been in prison for a very long time, they have to go through a transitional period when they come back into population. And okay, I appreciate your candid and assuming something about me with regards to how I vote. That's all good. But yeah, anyway, they have to go through transitional period. They have to get adjusted back into regular society. And think about it. If you're gone 25, 30 years and you're in prison, there's a lot of things that you missed, especially living in the city. You know, so a lot of these, like cell phones, mass transportation, you know, in Los Angeles, a lot of people, when they were locked up, we didn't have trains, we didn't have the subways, and we didn't have the metro line. And then they come out and they're like, what happened to the city? You know, they have to get adjusted. So one of the things I volunteered doing was helping them get adjusted, shopping in the stores, seeing things are different, all the different new brands and stores and clothes and how everything looks. They needed to get back adjusted to life. And also how to use a cell phone. Some of these guys didn't know how to use a cell phone. Some of these guys had never ever had not touched a regular fork or a regular knife in 20 plus years. So, you know, they had to learn how to order food at a restaurant, eat at a restaurant, and take their time, you know. We had to show them how to slow down the pace in life, and then everything is not on a schedule. Hey, I got some free time, and this popped up in my feed. What is this? Well, I'm Lisa Wright, and I am talking about, I first started talking about staying consistent on social media, and then I went on and I'm starting to answer questions. I live in California. Somebody asked about the art, and then we stepped into how much prison art I have, because I help a lot of prisoners in California transition back into life after they've served out their life sentence. Many of them 25 years or more. So that's what we're talking about right now. Is your wall print behind you a lanyard or Nello signet brand? It's not any of that. This is all original stuff. That is an artist that created that in Old Folsom, and he gave it to me. There's another piece of art. Some of this stuff is just like slapped together. Do you do any restorative justice work? I used to. Here we go. Okay, so let's talk about, this is an original. It is John F. Kennedy and Caroline, and of course, Jackie. This is an original. So something I'm super proud of. It was gifted to me, and I love it. It's beautiful, and it's a black and white, and it's not intended. It's in the back of it. It says that I can't use it for commercial purposes. So I just keep it as a work of art in my home. I have another one here. You look very healthy. Thank you. I'm stealth and healthy. I have, this is really sad. My family had this Norman Rockwell of John F. Kennedy. Check this out. And somebody, my grandfather, I keep this up, and my grandfather decided that it didn't fit wherever it was that he had it, and he cut it. He cut it. And it's worthless now, but I keep it and I keep it up, and it's another beautiful picture of John F. Kennedy. So I don't know if you know, as you can tell, I'm a Kennedy fan. And we're coming upon the anniversary. So it makes me sad. Why did he cut it? It seems like a pretty drastic measure. I don't know. I think he just wanted it to fit in an 8.5 by 11. I wasn't born at the time when it happened. So I was born in 1965, and that was done, I think, in the early 60s or maybe late 50s. So, and it has a little tear in it, but it's cloth. Oh, I see. I was thinking he cut it in half. No, he trimmed it. Let's just say he trimmed it to size. I don't think that he really thought anything of it at the time, because it was a quote unquote a limited release reproduction of a Norman Rockwell, and you don't look 60. Thank you very much. I think that's a compliment. I don't know, but I'm going with it. Thank you. And no, I'm not a Karen. I'm a Gen X. And if you may not know this, but my maiden name is Gallegos. I'm Mexican American, born and raised here in Los Angeles. I was born in East LA. There you have it. I was born in a little town called Whittier, which is now a big sprawling city now. Okay. What are you sipping? New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. And it's one of my favorite wines. Then thank you for asking. Shout out to Riverside. Yes, Riverside. Yes. Shout out to Riverside. And thanks, DJ Paul. Shout out to Riverside. We'll be going up north to go hug a tree. We'll be visiting the Redwoods soon. So I'll be doing some content there. And basically, if anybody ever has a chance to visit the Great Redwoods in California, please go up and hug a tree. It makes a big difference in your life. And if you haven't visited the Grand Canyon in Arizona, I want to tell you, it's life-changing. I visited the Grand Canyon as an adult for the first time back in the early 2000s. I know it was a little late for me, but it literally transformed my perspective in life. And if you want to know a little bit about me, even somebody did call me a Karen right now. I've been disconnected from the hive since 2012. I don't watch television. I don't listen to the radio, and I don't read the news, and I do not watch cable news whatsoever. So I do not follow any news media stories, nothing. And I have been disconnected from the hive, like I said, since 2012. And that's not easy growing up in Los Angeles. You're so beautiful. Thank you, Abri. Appreciate you. Appreciate the compliment. So if you guys, let me just ask you, if anybody here is struggling with staying consistent and you guys want to be on social media and you have any questions, I am right now working on a book, and it's going to be a workbook. And it's going to be about how midlifers have difficulty staying consistent, staying focused, and how they try to juggle so many things, especially when we are in our lived life experiences. Many of us are working full-time, raising children. We are probably caring for an elderly person like I am. I take care of my mom. She's going to be 92 next year, excuse me. And if you have a question, feel free to ask. Go ahead and type it in. And, you know, it's really hard to stay consistent. But I wanted to share with you how I started being a content creator at age, I think I was 56 or 57. 56. I was 56, and I started over on favorite seat on the favorite seat on the couch. I don't know what that is. Add a Q&A sticker. Okay. Favorite seat on the couch. I was going to add a sticker, but I don't even know what that is. But anyhow, I started my content creation at age 56. I just scrolled on this. What is the topic we are talking about? I started the conversation. Our topic today was, I was going to talk about being middle-aged, staying consistent, and how we struggle with that. But I'm having more fun answering people's questions because everybody loves to ask questions. So we've been talking about collecting Social Security at 67. So it's kind of like open forum. Talking about some of the art I have on my walls. Over here, back here, on these walls here. And we're just talking. And so I bounce back and forth. I've gone back and forth. I'm now going back talking about how I've stayed consistent here, creating content and how I did it. Oh, that's really cool. Thank you. Yeah. And then, so one year I decided that I really, look at one year when I turned 50, in my 50s, I started to become really disillusioned with working that 9-to-5 grind. I started losing my impact. I started losing my influence on the job. I was really good at what I did. Thank you for the likes. I was really good at what I did, but I was just getting tired. And you could tell I was getting tired. I was getting burnt out. It was the same damn thing every single day. And I was getting old. Let's face it, okay? I wasn't pretty anymore. I wasn't attractive to my audience anymore on the job. And I was losing, some of that zhuzh, that vuv that people have. I was losing it. And a lot of people define themselves by their job, by their performance, by their status in the job. I went through a lot. And I used to come home and I say, is this all that I have? Is this it? Is this how I'm gonna live out my retirement with a job that I really hate? Nothing to show for it, and life happened to me, or happened for me basically. And one day I started taking started going on YouTube and searching YouTube saying, how-tos. I started learning how to create content. I started learning about how to do different things on media, learning about SEOs, hashtags, what all that stuff means. And then one day I stumbled upon this training, and this guy said that you could create content on TikTok, and you could potentially make money over there. So I didn't follow that lead, but I did do the training about creating TikToks every single day. And I grew a channel over there. And I learned, one of the things I learned was how to stay consistent, show up every single day, post a short form piece of content. Thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. And guess what? I grew an audience and I got hooked. I loved it. I fell in love with creating content. And what happened is that at about a year in, we took this garage and we created a little studio for me. And now I create content here in the studio and I live stream here on YouTube, and I absolutely love it. You'll see me in the kitchen. Thank you for the likes. You'll see me in the kitchen. You'll see me in the garden. You'll see me all kinds of stuff. But it didn't start like that. It started with little tiny 15-second videos. And it started over on TikTok. I'm still over there. I do TikTok shop over there. And I go live. I live stream. But what I wanted to share with you is, if you are struggling and if you are finding, I saw you cook taco soup earlier this week. Thank you. Yes. Yes, I cooked soup earlier this week. Yes, thank you. But if you want more in life, I just want to share with you that there's a way to go about it. And one of the things that lit a fire inside of me was creating content. And St. Michael's Prayer, how did you know about that one? Oh, you're a very insightful person. That sounds so good. And if this is something that you're looking to do, start very simple. Focus on one thing. Don't burn yourself out. Don't set expectations. Just enjoy the process and set out to learn something new every single day. And it'll open up your life. My whole perspective changed about life when I started creating content here on social media. The taco soup I'm really craving. It actually turned out really good, by the way. And it was chicken. It was a slow cooked dish, and it was chicken soup that I got from my ChatGPT. And who would have known that, hey, if you guys don't know ChatGPT or AI yet, definitely dive in and get to know it. It's great. It'll help. It does all the heavy lifting for you. So, but, don't set high expectations for yourself. Just enjoy the process. When I started creating content, people saw me change. Some people saw me change for the better, but some people saw me change and said, you're not the same person that you used to be. And they were very negative about it. Thank you very much for the likes. And what ended up turning out is a fire woke up inside of me. And I was like 56, 57 years old. And one day, my boss really, really came down on me hard at work. And I said, you know what? I don't need this. And after 30 years being in a particular industry, I walked away. And I believed in myself. And I took a part-time job working over at Target close to home. And now I just get by and I pay the bills. So in a couple of years, fingers crossed, all my bills will be paid. And I create content. And I became a content creator. And I love it. And if this is something that you're looking to do, I'm working on a workshop. And I'm going to be putting a little book together, like a workbook. And it's going to help you stay consistent, especially if you're in midlife. Midlife is people who are in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and they want to get started. I have this focus on one thing concept, and I'm working on it now, and I'm going to get it out there, and I want to share it with you. I cannot tell you how I feel so enlivened when I share this with an audience. I was just over on TikTok, and I shared over there, and here I am on YouTube doing the same. And I love it. And I want to just say, try to teach yourself something new every single day. It's important to keep your mind active, especially as you get older. Keep your body active, but keep your mind active. And stay up on technology. Don't get behind. I know a lot of people my age who are behind, who say things how they're very afraid of AI and how they think that, bad things are going to happen. It only happens if you put bad things in. You put garbage in, you're going to get garbage out. You put good things in, you're going to get good things out. All right. My AI, his name is Sage. I wake up to him in the morning. I say, good morning. Sage says, what can I help you with today? And I just say, I need help with this. And he's more than happy to help me. It's my ChatGPT. So that's what I wanted to leave with you guys with. We do have a holiday coming. I want to wish everybody a wonderful holiday. But I'm going to be continuing to do all my live streams. I started live streaming this year. Like I said, learn something new all the time. And I absolutely love it. I was doing various different types of content. I enjoy blogging. I enjoy doing live streams. This is a really good motivation because whenever my videos flop and do bad, I keep going into editing better to get better videos Can you please do Rose Toy ASMR? I don't know what that is, but the king for a really good motivation, because whenever my videos flop, guess what? I want to tell you something. I know what you mean, but I want to tell you something. I literally no longer look at any of my videos that flop as flops. You know why? Because you posted something. And oh, I want to share this with you. Videos that you load, don't look for immediate results. Because I'm over on TikTok, I have videos that are still trending that were posted 2 years ago over there. And some of the videos that I post on YouTube where I think, oh, it flopped, right out of the gate, I see them trending now. And they've been up for over a year. And they're actually like on my top 10 list in my analytics, stuff that I did over a year ago. So don't look to see that your video is a success or not right away, because videos have the potential to go viral. A year later, months later, it doesn't matter, okay? I had a outlier video that went very successful. It did eventually get me monetized, but I haven't had any since. And guess what? I don't let that define me. I don't let that bother me, because I know that I have videos in the background that are going to continue to gain traction. And also try to do evergreen content. I like to do cooking videos because it's evergreen. I like to do some educational stuff because people like to learn and y'all want to bring value. And, everybody's like, well, you need to stick to a niche and you need to do this. Well, guess what? I don't really enjoy being a part of a niche. It's just not something that I do, And my brand is, I consider myself a brand. You're a brand. You're a very unique gift. Nobody can be like you. Nobody can talk and dress and have expressions like you. You are your brand. And, continue to shine and post content, because you're going to discover so many amazing things about yourself while you're doing it. You're going to discover what excites you. You're going to discover what you're good at. You might be a great talking head video. You might be one of those persons who's great being a talking head in the video. I'm not. I hated doing it. I followed all the gurus that said, oh, when you have a very successful video, you want to lean into it and you want to keep going down that road so you can build your channel. I hated it. I like to just share authentic situations that happen in my life. And I feel really excited doing that. And they don't get a lot of traction. And they don't get a lot of views. But I'm okay with that. Because they may not get views now, but later on, those videos could really, really take off. Thank you very much for the likes. I appreciate it. I do Gorilla Tag content, which is a VR game. And if it makes you happy doing it, go for it. If you enjoy it and you enjoy being out there and showing those videos, whatever the VR, I guess it's a video game, you enjoy doing it, do it. Here's my take. And I tell my friends this, because somebody asked me, I belong to a coaching group. Every single week I show up to a coaching group and we have a conversation. There's like 15, 20 people in there. And then once a week I have an accountability partner. And the last Tuesday, I had mentioned how I went live cleaning my kitchen because I had to do a kitchen deep clean. And the person goes, Lisa, can you explain to me what you're talking about? And I said, yeah. I just said, you know what? I need to clean my kitchen. I'm going to be doing it anyway. I might as well turn the camera on and share the experience with people. People come in, people come out. You know, it's not like you have to have like the certain this and the certain that. I love just turning the camera on and going. And the great thing about it is that you can download those long form pieces of content, and then you can make video from them. You can repurpose them. And I love that magic right there. I love to repurpose my live content and get longer form content from it. And then I'll even take some of those and I'll push them over to TikTok. And then whatever I get over on TikTok live, I'll push it over on YouTube. You know, I do a facial every Monday over on TikTok. I enjoy it. I do a facial, I do microdermabrasion. It takes me about 30 minutes and I'm gonna do it anyway. So I might as well share it over on TikTok, right? And I get paid for it. I put my TikTok shop link. And I'll take that video, I'll download it, and then I'll post it over on YouTube. It's a win-win. And it's just who I am. Do you have okay. You guys are getting a little racy. And I love it and I enjoy it. And so that may be a way that you can also do the same, okay? Is that you just record yourself live, talking, doing something at home or whatever outside, and downloading it and repurposing it as long form content. And then you can also get clips from them as well. So look at guys, if it isn't racist, it isn't funny. Hey, you be you, okay? But look, I love you guys. I appreciate you being here and enjoying my live, and everybody who has sent me some love. I appreciate it. It really was a great night. And until then, you guys have a great weekend, and I'll be back again, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care, everybody.